Actually, I volunteered to go to Vietnam. We didn't think we were going to survive. We were just going to do the best we could until we couldn't do it anymore. Dearest Mother and Dad, today I'm feeling a lot better and I'm able to write this long-awaited letter. I'm sorry I did not write yesterday, but I've been in considerable pain and had to go through a series of tests and x-rays yesterday until they just about had me going through the ceiling. In the last 3 weeks, I've been in many long and hard battles and almost always outnumbered by the VC. To tell you a little about my job, I'm the 1st Platoon Leader in Charlie Troop, 3rd Squadron, 4th Cavalry. That is up until the 3rd of March. I had a platoon. That was the day I got hit, but I have never seen such carnage and bloodshed. In 1968, the North Vietnamese Army kicked off their Tet Offensive. And it was the biggest battle of the war, of the 10 years or so we spent there. And we got alerted about 1:30 in the morning that Tan Son Nhut Air Force Base down in Saigon was being overrun, and we were about 20 miles north. Went out and mounted up into our tanks and APCs and took off down Highway 1 at about 2 o'clock in the morning. And we got ambushed 3 times in that 20-mile stint. It was pretty scary. And it took us about 3 hours until about 5 a.m. we hit Tan Son Nhut. So by the time we got down there, instead of having 3 troops, we basically had a little less than 1 troop left. Over 2/3 of our unit was lost in the ambushes on the way, which was that was the enemy's plan, of course. So we lined up in a cavalry charge across the very wide, long runway with the tanks and APCs that we had left. It was about 5 a.m. It was before dawn, and there were rounds going off all around us, everywhere. It was very, very heavy fire. And we basically lined up our 90-millimeter tank guns, started firing canister rounds, which is like a big shotgun round, 90-millimeter, and 50 calibers and 7.62s and M16s. And we just rolled down the runway, and we were running over people, running over soldiers, and some were trying to climb up on our tracks, and we had to, we used our M16s or our 45 caliber pistols to shoot them off and to keep them from, they wanted to take over our vehicles, and we kept moving. And that battle went on for about an hour and a half. It seemed like forever, till the sun came up. And by that time, I was the only officer still alive on the ground. The next day after that, the 2nd of February, we were back out in the field again, escorting a convoy, or securing a fire support base, or securing a night defensive position. We were in firefights every day and every night, and we always get attacked before dawn. Never fail. We start out every time with one of our tracks being blown up by an RPG. And then all hell would break loose, and then we could shoot back. We'd keep fighting until we killed everybody. It was a long, hard, horrifying day. As the battle drew on, we kept picking up more and more men, heads, legs, arms, hands, pieces. All over the place. Men were plastered all over the inside of some of the APCs, and there was no way to get them out so that their family could have at least some remains. I've gotten sick many times at the sight of men dismembered and blown all to hell, and I believe I will continue to do so. is something I will never understand or become used to. I lost many good men. I'm going to have to wrap this up pretty soon. I have many letters to write to the wives and families of those men who have died under my command. It is one of the hardest things in the world to do, and as a result, my fellow officers never bother. It is my firm belief, however, that maybe in some small way, I can bring some comfort to the hearts of their loved ones. They were all fine men, some just boys, who served me well, and I feel that this is the least I can do for them. I'm a very lucky man. The good Lord is watching over me, so your prayers are being answered. Please keep them up. He's listening.